nice job through the game, staying together and staying focused, and a lot of possibilities for that game to not have been as sharp or not have been a momentum builder. But I thought it was. I think our offense played really well to start the game. Our defense did just right to begin. And so I think we gained momentum through about the quarter and a half that we played our starters. It isn't a situation that I'd like to do again in terms of having that caliber of opponent in that unique situation. However, some of those challenges are every bit as difficult as playing some really good opponents on a bigger stage. And so I think our team showed maturity, and I think they pulled for each other. I was really encouraged by the sideline when the younger guys and those that didn't get to play as much got their opportunity. They were genuinely happy for each other, and that's always fun to see as a coach. So after that, I'm looking forward now to the next challenge, managing not only practice and Thanksgiving, but going down to play Cal and continue our quest to have a really nice finish to the season. So I'll take questions if there are any.
What was your advice to the team as you gathered them to get their mindset on this coming week?
Yeah, fortunately, my philosophy and my approach every week, Dick, has just kind of been, it's only about us anyway, and so there really wasn't much inconsistency of message. It was, this is just the next one. That's why that demonstrates how important it is for the focus only to be on us. And they handled it well. I knew this morning at walkthrough, it was bright and early, that their mindset was good. You can kind of tell how it's going to be, and the bus ride down the canyon, the bus sounded right and felt right, and so I was at ease, not only through practice, but just all the way through how they handled the night before the game, etc., which is a step in the right direction maturity-wise for our team.
How nice was it, after the ups and downs you've been through this year, to take control early and just never let up, just be able to be in control the whole time?
Yeah, it was refreshing. Again, knowing that regardless of opponent, that doesn't guarantee that you're just going to play like that. And so it was just a great sign for me as the head coach and for our team to really do what they had prepared to do and execute at that level, and do so kind of right from the beginning all the way till, I don't know when we pulled Christian out, somewhere. I think I told Robert if we hit 40, come out, get Christian out, and I think that happened somewhere in the second quarter. Almost pulled him out after 35 points, but he did a nice job.
Why didn't Rob Daniel play?
So Rob did play, played quite a bit early. He was rotating with Michael Davis and Jordan Prater. Rob's had a long season, carrying a lot of reps, and so it was a great opportunity for us not only to play him some, but also rest him some. And so Michael Davis has worked really, really hard. Jordan Prater is coming along, so it was a nice game for us to be able to get Michael some more experience and get Rob some rest.
Was it a game where you wanted to get some of those guys, get them out early and then build up?
As early as possible, only if the game dictated it, and it was clear after just a couple series that that's what was going to happen. And as much as you'd like to always say, man, I could have guaranteed that result, I couldn't. So I always reserve the right to, just say if before games in terms of interviews. I was just glad it played out that way.
Philosophically, have you moved away from redshirting guys?
As much as possible. So here's the way that I could say it now, Jay, is that with our missions the way they are, and really what we're finding, especially with the NFL, once someone is past 25 years old, their marketability starts to go down. And so really what we'd like to do is time the missions out really with as many players leaving in January as possible, because what that does is allows us to play them and then they get back in January. And so it's the kind of the best of both worlds. For those that want to go on and play, their age is just right, and if they come back in January, they still have the developmental chance to not have to redshirt when they get back in August. And so it has been a philosophical shift. It's taken me a while to get to that point, but now after doing it, I think it's just better for BYU, and that's the major market we're in, right? 80% of our players the last 3 years have gone, and so with the sheer volume, I think that's ultimately been best, now after looking back on it for all these years, and so we're moving that direction, not every time, but as many times as we can.
Defensively today, I don't know if you knew, you set the school record for the fewest yards allowed, just by, I mean, it was 63. What does that mean?
Well, it's been a lot of hard work. Nick Howell and our defensive players have worked a long time this season to continue to refine and try to put the right guys in the right spots at the right time and execute them at the right level. I thought we played consistently a week ago. I thought we played consistently the week before that, which I think was Middle Tennessee, maybe. And so it's trending the right direction. It just has taken a while to get this group seasoned and mature and executing the level we wanted. Certainly this wasn't a great gauge in terms of opponent. However, those statistical numbers, it's hard to do more than that. And so I still think in context, you have to say, pretty impressive.
You had a couple running backs come in. Nate Carr, we've seen him do it a lot, but AJ Moore come out and make plays. What was fun to see that?
AJ was the player I singled out in the locker room after, and easy to see the guy with the ball. You know, I'm sure there'll be other guys after I watch the game that I'll be able to tell you, man, I was impressed with so-and-so and so-and-so. But AJ, after a pretty slow start a year ago, or a slow return, this year as he's our primary scout team running back, he's been impressive. And each week he's more durable, each week he's tougher, each week he's making more of our defenders miss. And so it was really fun to have him get a chance, and really the ones that were cheering for him most were our defensive players, because they recognized his improvement, wanted to see him get a chance, and so he helped himself. He has helped himself this year, and it was fun just to finally get him out there so other people could see him.
Was alternating McCoy, Hill, and Hunter Moore just more of a play calling situation?
It was. So McCoy is certainly more capable of throwing the ball, and Hunter is our scout team quarterback and is a fairly elusive runner. You could see he was still a little bit uncertain out there. Our intent with him was to not slide, and he was kind of heard us tell the other quarterbacks to slide so much he kind of did that. We wanted him actually to be a running back, and fun for us to see his eyes, how wide they were, and how fun it was for him. And that's just it's refreshing to see something not taken for granted, being a BYU football player, where guys are they just can't wait to be out there. And I enjoyed that. Maybe more than anything today was just a new baseline of just seeing guys really thankful to be able to play.
Go back before the game, just the ceremony. Been through a lot of these, but just what's that like?
Man, I started crying even before they announced the first guy. I don't know what's happened to me. I'm getting soft, I think. I think what started it was Jay Omer's announcement, and to see our team kind of go from a tunnel to where he couldn't get through, you know, with everyone wanting a piece of him, and then seeing a guy that spent 43 years in the profession all teared up, and kind of an old veteran with our team just expressing their gratitude. So that kind of started it, and then it just kind of kept going. And I think that as I've become maybe more mature as a head coach, I'm understanding more and more that the relationships are really all that's left when this thing is over. And yeah, the record is great, and the wins are great, but really each young man, as I saw him come down through the tunnel, it was, or the tunnel of players, it was flashes of memories and experiences that I was grateful that I had a chance to see that happen up close and personal, and in the position that I have. And hard though, because we're still not done. You know, the ultimate would be for that to happen your last game. And so trying to, you know, send them off in the right way, that's difficult even before you're playing a game. So I hope they understood how much I appreciated them. And I'm just glad that they could play well.
Did you get a kick out of the crowd when the crowd booed when their touchdown was over?
You know, I didn't. I wasn't that grooved in to know what happened, but I did know this, that I was cheering for those guys as well. I went for it on the fourth down, praying they would stop us. Because if we kicked it, I knew that was, Trevor doesn't miss, so that was going to be 3 points. If we went for it, there was at least 50-50 that they would stop us. And so I was praying they recovered it, and it was on the one, and they could have it. I was also happy for AJ, but yeah, I just, I don't know. I've been on the other side once or twice, and it's not any fun.